The following wrestling exhibition requires discretionary viewer participation.
Everyone, and welcome. Birmingham, UK, the hometown of the late great Ozzy Osbourne, is the backdrop for tonight's edition of Rwl Sn Rl. Glad you could join us. I'm Wally Cardill, here alongside my usual compadres, recent birthday boy Johnny Bianco and General Manager Hangman Tex Lynch. Now, as usual, we've got to solid hours of our WL wrestling action standing by, but in the second half tonight, it's gonna be a ladies' double title match, as controversial Mercedes Moné will put the Japan 5-Star Women's Championship up against the Snarl Women's title of Liberty Belle Danielle, with one of them taking home both belts tonight.
Thanks to Moné crashing out and attacking Danielle, the match has been arranged between our GMs and Japan 5-Star Shiro Torihata via a Zoom meeting, and Moné, now cornered into the double title match.
Howdy folks, hope you're all doing well tonight. Yeah, there's no question the tensions are definitely running high between Liberty Belle Danielle and Mercedes Moné, and there'll be a whole lot more about that later, but let's get on to our first match tonight. A Legends Division matchup, setting the Japanese legend, the Great Muta, up against the one and the only, the Iron Sheik. But between you and me, guys, I think it's going to be a 4-headache pill kind of night.
Hello, Birmingham, and welcome to our WL Sn Rl. Our opening Legends Division contest is set for one fall, with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, from the land of the rising sun, weighing 243 pounds, here is the Great Muta. Been a minute since we last saw the Great Muta during the Japan tour this past winter, but Muta back with us. And the enigmatic Japanese legend will face a genuine challenge in this match against the Iron Sheik. These two are gonna make it very tough for one another to score a pinfall or submission against each other.
I don't know about that, but I love the Great Muta's hood. Look at that, he's got Pac-Man on that thing.
Thank goodness I'm not the only one who saw Pac-Man eating dots off the Great Muta's hood. But, aesthetics aside, Muta's martial arts skills, along with other possible tricks, could make it tough for the Iron Sheik to pick up a win or a tap-out. Just imagine, for instance, the Iron Sheik catching a face full of green mist from Muta.
Well, if he tries that, he's probably going to wind up in a camel clutch.
His opponent from Tehran, Iran, weighing 258 pounds, the Iron Sheik. Yo, Tex, come on, do it one time.
Oh, all right.
I am an intelligent Birmingham fan in the birthplace of the Osbourne. Then not Iron Sheik, number one. Tehran, Iran, number one. The Great Muta, ha! Huh.
Yeah, I might have taken it a little bit further, Johnny, but this is a family show after all.
I hope we are. Please tell us that we are. In fact, wholesome family entertainment.
Well, of course we are, Wally. There's probably some nice American family sitting in front of their YouTube, mom and dad and the kids, sitting up in front of the YouTube watching RWL Sn Rl right now. You guys do believe me, don't you?
Well, Wally may look a little skeptical, but I believe you, Tex.
Well, here we go. Two of the biggest legends we got going. Japan versus Iran. In Legends Division competition, this is going to be a great start to tonight's card. Charles Lucero sounds the bell. The men come center ring. Muta opens up with a couple of kicks. Iron Sheik quickly takes him down by his legs. Muta counters with a shot. Iron Sheik counters with a jawjacker. Gets a hold of the Great Muta. Whips him to the far right corner. Muta quickly counters with another elbow. Goes behind on the Iron Sheik. German release suplex from the Great Muta. Followed up with a stomp to the head. And another. The Iron Sheik suddenly on the receiving end of the bad business here at the hands of the Great Muta. Running knee right to the side of the head of the Iron Sheik. The Great Muta stretching the arm on Sheiky Baby. Quickly going for a cover and a hook of the leg. 1, and just a 1. Iron Sheik kicking out with the greatest of ease here. Whoa, hard clothesline. Takes the great Muta down, followed with a kick, and suddenly Muta's back on the receiving end. The Iron Sheik gathers him up. Rib breaker. Nicely done. Cheeky baby with a kick to the head of the great Muta turns him around. Gets a hold of him again. Has him up, another scoop slam. Iron Sheik drives a knee into the side of the head of the great Muta. These guys matching each other. Oh, look at this. He's loading up the boot. Are you kidding? I saw him do it. You seen him do it? There we go. Slams the great Muta's face right into the canvas. Iron Sheik twisting the head and the neck of the great Muta in that far right corner. Slams his head down to the canvas. Cheeky baby rebounds off the ropes. Hits him with the elbow right across the chest. The great Muta rolls out to the floor. Iron Sheik not going to give him any breathing room. Goes right out after him, delivers a kick to the leg as the referee initiates the count. Muta dragged by his ankle by the Iron Sheik. Iron Sheik rounds him up, gets a hold of him, kick to the midsection of the great Muta. Sets him up for the power bomb. Takes a little walk with him, a couple of steps. Oh, man, drove his head into the lip of the apron and then his head into the side of the barricade. Man, guys ain't playing. Okay. The great Muta counters the whip, gets the Iron Sheik back in the ring. A chop across the chest, a kick, another beautiful karate chop. Takes the Iron Sheik down to the canvas. Iron Sheik back up on his feet, but catches a running bulldog from the great Muta. Followed up with another stomp to the head. Muta with a karate chop right to the top of the dome on Sheiky baby. Iron Sheik losing the momentum here again as the great Muta tries to battle back. This one's gone back and forth quite a bit already. Muta misses with the diving crossbody. The Iron Sheik getting out of the way. Iron Sheik counters with a chop to the head too. Matching each other move for move. Oh, he just spat on him too. Oh, wow. Iron Sheik misses with the clothesline. Tags Muta with a shot to the back of the head. Muta locks him up. Whips the Sheik to the ropes. Ducks under. Makes the leapfrog. Here comes the Iron Sheik. Great Muta with a hip toss. Rolls the Iron Sheik over, covers and hooks the leg. One. But again, just a one. Iron Sheik, extremely powerful, extremely resilient. Muta rebounds off the ropes. Another rolling elbow to the chest of the Iron Sheik. The great Muta trying to battle back and regain the momentum here. A series of sharp kicks. And he hit him with the green mist. You called it, Wally. The great Muta going right back to work on the Iron Sheik. Stretching the arm. Quickly back up on his feet. The great Muta. There is that spit of the mist again. Iron Sheik locked up by the great Muta. Sheik counters with a kick to the midsection. Gets a hold of Muta. Whips him to the ropes. A hip toss. Another case of matching each other move for move. Wow. Iron Sheik all the way up on the top turnbuckle. Here he goes. Delivers a chop right across the head of the great Muta. Holding up that boot again. Boot is going to come into play sooner or later. Ooh, stomp to the lower abdomen for the great Muta. The Iron Sheik putting that boot to work. Oh, man, he just busted Muta open. Iron Sheik drives the great Muta into the ring steps. Rounds him up again. Referee still counting during all of this, mind away. Okay. Upper wrist lock, but the great Muta, with a couple of shots, finds his way out of trouble. Pitches the Iron Sheik towards the opposing corner. Makes his own way back inside the ring as the referee continues to count the Iron Sheik. Iron Sheik makes his way back inside the ring. Locks up the great Muta. Nice fireman's carry. And a quick cover from the Sheik. 1, 2. Another near fall in this matchup, but this time it was the great Muta powering out. There's another stomp to the face. With that right boot of the Iron Sheik. Hi-ya! A chop right across the head of the great Muta. Iron Sheik spits on him one more time. Man, the Iron Sheik showed up to play tonight. Running bulldog from the great Muta. Muta with a kick to the face of the Iron Sheik. Man. Muda gets a hold of the Iron Sheik, escorts him to the ropes. Choking him with the top rope. All pretenses of politeness gone in this match. The Great Muda with a dragon screw on the Iron Sheik takes him down to the mat, and he's favoring that knee. A heel hook stretch locked in by the Great Muda. Iron Sheik back on the receiving end here. Here's a stomp to the leg from the Great Muda. Muda turns him around. Iron Sheik catches a nasty rake to the back from the Great Muda. Muda goes behind, tags him with a hard shot to the back, goes behind again. Headbutt right between the shoulder blades, and the Iron Sheik in big time trouble here as the Great Muda slams his head into the turnbuckle. He's stuck up in that far left corner. Iron Sheik counters, gets himself out of the corner, collides with the Great Muda. They lock up. Muda whipped to the ropes. Back body drop from the Iron Sheik. Quickly going for another cover. Man, give these guys credit. They are both trying to get this 3-count pinfall. The Iron Sheik with a clubbing overhand right. Iron Sheik telling the crowd to hush up while he does his thing. Clubbing overhand right again. Muda opens up with a series of karate kicks and a headbutt that takes the Iron Sheik down to the mat. Oh, look at this. The Great Muda getting rid of that turnbuckle and exposing the steel in the corner. He's got some seriously bad intentions for the Iron Sheik. Another heel hook stretch locked in by the Great Muda. This match has been quite the ride so far. Right back into the heel hook stretch a second time. He has been working on that left leg of the Iron Sheik the entire match. And that could come back to haunt the Iron Sheik later. The Great Muda with a throat chop and elbow, a kick to the midsection. Sets him up for the powerbomb and nails it. Iron Sheik in some serious kimchi right about now as the Great Muda makes his way all the way up to the top turnbuckle. Iron Sheik gets himself up to a standing position. Here goes Muda. Catches the shot to the midsection instead of catching the karate chop. Kick to the midsection from the Iron Sheik. A running headbutt. That big old bald head. The Great Muda rolls back inside the ring. And here comes the Iron Sheik. Referee disengages the count. Rounds up the Great Muda hard shot. Spins the Great Muda around the Iron Sheik. Drives a headbutt right between the shoulder blades, just like the one he got. Muda in the corner quickly counters the Iron Sheik, gets back up. Iron Sheik spins him around with another right, goes behind in the rear waist lock, and again with the headbutt right between the shoulder blades of the Great Muda. The Sheik slams the face of the Great Muda, nose first into the canvas. Iron Sheik rounds up Muda, escorts him towards the far right, far left corner, and boom, head first into the turnbuckle he goes. Iron Sheik rounds him up for another scoop slam. And now up on the middle rope, urging the Great Muda to get himself on up. Here we go, double axe handle finds the mark right across the head of the Great Muda. Followed up with a stomp to the midsection. Here it goes.
Gonna put you on the camel clutch, break your back, and make you humble.
Yeah, Iron Sheik had to disengage the camel clutch, but now going for another cover. 1, 2, 3. Well, I guess the damage was about done. The Iron Sheik picks up the win by pinfall.
The time, 9 minutes and 43 seconds. Your winner by pinfall, the Iron Sheik.
That went just about the way I expected. I mean, I didn't know who would win, but I did know it was going to be a legit battle between these two legends.
And a legit battle it was. Folks, we're just getting started. A whole lot more RWL Snarl on the way right after the break. Hope to see you there.
As Snarl continues, ladies division action as one of the few remaining future endeavored survivors of that Labor Day War Games match, Gigi Dolan goes it alone against obnoxious Brandy Knox.
Yeah, she's just about the only one that didn't wind up getting laid up.
This This next ladies division contest is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, representing the future endeavored from Moon Creek, Georgia, here is Gigi Dolan.
Well, folks, don't kid yourself. It's been 2 weeks since Labor Day Slamathon, and Gigi Dolan is still the only available member of the future endeavored, with Dakota Kai, Carmella, and Blair Davenport all still out of action after that insane War Games matchup.
That's not to say Gigi didn't take her share of lumps from American powers, Dion the Titan S, and Dynamite Jeannie Parker, but she's had almost 2 weeks to recover and be back in ring shape. But what kind of shape's she really in? And has she recovered enough to go it alone against the former leader of the Bell Council, Brandi Knox?
Talk about ironic. Brandi took a shellacking in last year's War Games match, and now she's facing one of the losers of this year's epic matchup. And Brandi isn't too crazy about the future endeavored either, so this one's gonna be a fun ride.
Man, you know, I almost forgot Brandi was in last year's match.
And her opponent from Pawtucket, Rhode Island, obnoxious Brandi Knox.
It has taken well over a year for Brandi Knox to get over the fact that the Bell Council is over and done with. Jody Vorik's already moved on, and Virginia Austin's already moved on, and Brandi Knox was the only one still hanging on, still wearing the Bell Council t-shirt with its bizarre iconography, but she has changed up. And tonight she's going up against Gigi Dolan, who she is definitely, as you say, not too crazy about, Wally. This is going to be a fun ride indeed.
The future endeavored haven't exactly worked their way into Brandi or Jody Vorik's hearts by running their mouths and declaring themselves the logical successors to the now defunct Bell Council. You can imagine what Brandi thinks of that, can't you?
2 ladies with prominent mean streaks. Should make for a most excellent cat fight.
And you know just how much we love a good cat fight around here. Alright, we should know by the final bell whether or not Gigi Dolan was really up for the excitement tonight. Referee Willie Johnson sounds the bell, and here we go. Gigi Dolan charges but catches a shoulder from Brandi. There's a clothesline that takes Brandi down to the mat. Brandi back up on her feet. Gigi Dolan whips her to the far right corner, misses with the kick. Brandi counters with a kick of her own, catches a jawjacker from Gigi Dolan, a hard right. Gigi rounds her up, front cradle style. Oh, man, what a nasty slam. Gigi Dolan follows up with a stomp to the arm of Brandi, follows up with a stomp to the midsection. Gigi Dolan cuts up both legs and into a bow and arrow stretch. A most painful thing. Referee Willie Johnson checking it out, but Brandi turns it around, gets out of danger, back up on her feet. Gigi catches a kick to the midsection. Brandi Knox whips her over the top rope out onto the floor. Gigi back up on her feet. Look at this one. Whoa! Caught her with the feet over the top rope. And Gigi Dolan caught both feet from Brandi Knox. Meanwhile now, the referee counting on the outside. Both ladies duking it out over here. Hard forearm to Gigi Dolan, and down she goes. There's that cat fight we were promised, Johnny. Oh, man. Brandi Knox drives her into the barricade. Gigi Dolan bouncing off like a pinball off a bumper. Gigi rolled back into the ring by Brandi, who rolls back in herself. Gigi quickly trying to get back to her feet. Brandi Knox right there with a wrist clutch kick to the face. And here's a cover and a hook of the leg. One, but just a one. Gigi Dolan powering out pretty quick. Brandi stalking Gigi Dolan here. Doesn't know she's behind her, goes behind, turns her around, drives a knee into the head, and there's a clothesline too. Gigi Dolan catches a kick to the top of the crown. Brandi whips Gigi to the ropes, makes the duck under. Hard right, takes down Gigi Dolan again. She is in bad shape here. Elbow right across the chest from Brandi Knox. Brandi going right back to work on Gigi Dolan, who is definitely struggling at this point. Brandi gets a hold of her, drives a knee into the midsection, does it again, takes her down center ring right in the heart of the logo. Here's a stomp to the back of the head. That's the obnoxious one. Makes her way to the top left turnbuckle, all the way up, waiting for Gigi Dolan to stand herself on up. Here we go. Ooh, misses with the flying kick. Gigi Dolan with a double knees to the back right there. Brandy back up on her feet, gets a hold of Gigi Dolan. Clothesline, takes her down. Once again, Brandy covers, hooks the leg. 1, 2. And another near fall with Gigi Dolan refusing to give up the ship here. Another series of stomps from Brandy. Some wrist clutch kicks to the ribs, and there's a forearm that spun Gigi Dolan around. All the way up on the top right turnbuckle. Here we go. Double boot stomp right to the gut of Gigi Dolan. Another cover. Another hook of the leg. 1, 2. Oh, man. Well, Gigi Dolan appears to be in slightly better shape than anyone anticipated. A series of wrist clutch kicks to the ribs. Another forearm of Gigi Dolan. Brandy Knox stands her back up. Again with the driving knees into the midsection of Gigi Dolan, followed up with a stomp to the same zone. A series of rocket-style kicks right to the head. And Gigi Dolan is, AMU all messed up. A series of stomps to the face. Brandy Knox rebounds off the ropes. There's another face wash for Gigi Dolan, who rolls out to just about center ring as Brandy takes herself all the way up to the top turnbuckle. Gigi Dolan stands up. Here we go. Oh, man. Nasty forearm. The obnoxious one has been dominant in this matchup. And she is stalking Gigi Dolan. And here we go. Look at this quick counter from Gigi. There's a hard right to Brandy. Brandy counters with a kick. Another jawjacker from Gigi Dolan. And a second. Oh, man. Brandy Knox went out fast. Rolls out to the outside. Gigi Dolan planning something here. She charges through the middle. Oh, man. Shoulder tackle through the middle ropes. Okay. Gigi Dolan holding on just a bit longer than I thought she might. Brandy Knox rounded up a facebuster out there on the floor. As Dolan rounds her up again, catches a kick from Brandy. Brandy locks her up, rolls her back inside the ring. Rolls herself on in. Brandy catches a hard right from Gigi Dolan. There's a Russian leg sweep. And into a submission. A painful one at that. Willie Johnson checking things out here. Brandy struggling to get herself free from the leg of Gigi Dolan. Tags her with a couple of hard shots to the head. Gigi Dolan stunned. Brandy opens up with a series of shots. Gets a hold of her. Nice vertical suplex from Brandy Knox. The obnoxious one. Oh, man, with a stomp right to the side of the face. Brandy moves back in, drives another knee into the head of Gigi Dolan. Brandy Knox all the way topside again. Another double boot stomp right to the gut of Gigi Dolan. Man, Brandy's on fire here. Gigi counter slams her face first into the canvas. Trying to turn things around here before it's too late. Winds up the arm on Brandy. Hammerlock, but no good. Brandy cuts herself loose with a couple of hard shots, catches the kick to the midsection from Gigi Dolan, locks up Gigi. Brandy again driving more knees into the midsection of Gigi Dolan than's good for her health. A series of hard rights, mounted punches, and a disrespectful slap to the face. Brandy quickly covers again. 1, 2, 3. Well, there you have it. The obnoxious one, Brandy Knox, wearing the hell out of Gigi Dolan.
The time, 6 minutes and 34 seconds. And your winner by pinfall, Brandy Knox.
Well, I suppose it's kind of gratifying to see that Brandy has not lost her edge. The obnoxious one picking up the win over Gigi Dolan, who was probably still not quite ready to get back in the ring. But that's how it goes. The obnoxious one with a pinfall win over Gigi Dolan. We've still got a whole lot of snarl to get through, and we'll be back with all of it right after the break. See you then. Alright, well, at Rage the other night, the United Kingdoms completely destroyed the Hungarian Hurricane Tibor Belescu and, well, Ari Alexandros, the Greek hustler, along with Sir Reggie Smythe at ringside, looking for a little retaliation at the hands of Ballarat Jack Jones.
between Team Euro and the UK's at Rage was a pretty rough match, leaving Belescu badly busted up at the hands of Niles Wickheiser and Balor Jack. And while the Hungarian Hurricane isn't here tonight, Sir Reggie Smythe and Ari Alexandros are, and tonight, the Greek Hustler steps into the opposite corner against Balor Jack, looking for a little bit of payback for Belescu. This one-on-one encounter is likely to be just as rough as the tag match at Rage was.
And as you could well imagine, Sir Reggie is not pleased that his tag team partner and friend has been sidelined even temporarily. Reggie would have done this one himself, but Alexandro stepped up and volunteered to take this one. And Sir Reggie agreed, which brings us to tonight, and this singles match between members of two teams who are starting to build some serious dislike for one another.
Can't say I'm really surprised. Niles Wickheiser and Balor Jack Jones, they've got degrees in bad sportsmanship.
His opponent accompanied by light heavyweight champion Sir Reggie Smythe from Parnassus, Greece, weighing 262 pounds, the Greek hustler, Ari Alexandros.
Another reason Sir Reggie Smythe is hanging back for this one is the buzz surrounding Ari Alexandros, who only just made his debut in late August, and since then has picked up a string of wins. That is, until Team Euro met up with the United Kingdoms, and while you can't call it frustration yet, Team Euro is already irritated by the UK's and their needless brutality. There was no reason for them to hurt Belescu like they did.
And it's bad. Belescu got so roughed up he couldn't even be here tonight. No, Balor Jack may very well wind up paying for it at the hands of Ari Alexandros. Referee Charles Lucero rings the bell, and here we go. They lock it up, collar and elbow. Jack flips Ari to the far right corner. There's a splash, there's an elbow, and tossed out center. Balor Jack with a pretty nice moonsault and a quick cover. 1, 2, a near fall, but not near enough. Alexandros getting that left shoulder up just in time. With this, nice wrap around DDT from the Greek hustler. Ari with a couple of jabs quickly countered by Balor Jack, rebounds off the ropes. Flying punch takes Ari Alexandros down to the canvas. Loving overhand right from Balor Jack as Sir Reggie Smythe looks on at ringside. Ari Alexandros takes a series of shots. One-arm suplex from Balor Jack Jones. Balor Jack rounds up Ari Alexandros, locks him up, lines up the arm. There's a kick to the side of the head from the Angry Aussie. Ari Alexandros struggles to a standing position in the corner. Balor Jack sets him up in the tree of woe. Hey, look at this. Ari counters with a quick kick, gets himself out of trouble. But Balor Jack, look at this, quickly countered by Ari Alexandros. The Greek hustler whips Balor Jack over the top rope to the outside, practically at the feet of Sir Reggie Smythe. Ari off the top with a leg drop across the throat of Balor Jack Jones. And I'm sure Sir Reggie Smythe was happy to see it. Up over the shoulders goes Balor Jack, running power slam from Ari Alexandros. Oh, look at this. Drives a knee into the arm of the Angry Aussie. Balor Jack, gathered up by Ari Alexandros, puts the brakes on before I can sing the ring post song. Not fair. Balor Jack Jones rolled back inside the ring. Ari Alexandros moves in after him. He needs to get moving on it if he's going to do any damage. Drives a knee into the back of the head of Balor Jack, much to the delight of Sir Reggie Smythe. Ari with a chop catches a jawjacker from Balor Jack. Rebounds off the ropes, flying punch takes Ari Alexandros down center ring. Balor Jack covers again, one, but only a one this time. Balor Jack back on his feet, catches a shot from Balor Jack. There's a kick to the head of Ari Alexandros. A stomp to the midsection. Balor Jack shifting the momentum to his side again. A series of wrist clutch kicks to the ribs. A kick to the face. Balor Jack Jones trying to shift the momentum back to his side. Winds up the arms on Ari Alexandros. Double knees into the back of the Greek hustler. Ballarat Jack Jones rounds him up, wrist clutch knee to the head. Ari Alexandros catches another kick from Ballarat Jack. Whip to the ropes. Jack ducks under, makes the leapfrog. Tries for a bear hug, but no. Ari Alexandros with a series of shots backs him off. The Greek hustler goes behind. Release German suplex to Ballarat Jack Jones. Ari Alexandros rounds him up. Gets a hold of him. Escorts him towards the far left corner, head first into the turnbuckle. Goes Ballarat Jack. He counters with a knee. Puts Ari Alexandros in the corner. Ari counters. Drives him into the corner. Ballarat Jack Jones counters the whip. But look at this. Ari Alexandros with the quick escape. A rebound off the ropes. Duck under. And, oh, man, a jumping elbow that took... That was beautiful. Ballarat Jack Jones taken down by the Greek hustler. And the fans absolutely loving what they're seeing here. There's a stomp to the head of Ballarat Jack. There's another. And a third. Ari Alexandros trying to regain control of things here. There's an armbar. The referee checking Ballarat Jack, who is finding his way out of the hole. Counters with a couple of hard shots and gets himself free. Ari Alexandros catching a series of running forearms from Ballarat Jack. Rebounds off the ropes, another flying punch, and down goes Ari Alexandros. Oh, man, this one's been crazy so far. Ballarat Jack locks up Ari, whips him to the ropes, has him in a front cradle. Wow, look at this. Just playing with him. There's a fall away slam. Catching a little workout before he did it too. Ari Alexandros being hauled center ring by Ballarat Jack, who covers and hooks the leg. 1, 2. Well, now Ballarat Jack Jones picks up another win for the UK.
The time, 4 minutes and 49 seconds. Your winner by pinfall, Ballarat Jack Jones.
You know, guys, my gut feelings are rarely wrong about these things, but I have got a sense that there is going to be some very nasty tensions between the United Kingdoms and Team Europe moving forward.
Agreed to brutal matches in which blood has been spilled on both sides, and while Ballarat Jack goes home with this win, I got the sense that he still isn't satisfied. And I'm sure Sir Reggie and his Team Euro partners feel the same way. This isn't the end of this deal between the teams, I'm sure.
Right back with more, folks.
Hey, coming up later this month, as we celebrate 7 years of this channel, Wednesday, September 17th, we'll have a special edition of Ladies' Night, with 2 complete tournaments held that night, for the new RWL Women's Northern and Women's Southern Junior Championships, plus several exciting non-tournament matchups. Hey, you'll want to be with us for this one. Wednesday, September 17th, Ladies' Night Special Tournament Edition. Be there or be square, y'all.
Okay, gang, we're closing the first half with one wild tag team match, with Mr. Ringside Eddie Guns and El Jefe Ray Guns get set to try and deal with the very, very big challenge of Zeus and the Great Khali.
The following tag team contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, accompanied by Women's International Champion Angie Angel Guns from the Bronx, New York, at a combined weight of 475 pounds, Mr. Ringside Eddie Guns, and El Jefe Ray Guns, the Guns brothers.
The semi-beloved anti-heroes of RWL, Eddie and Ray, have had a pretty rough couple of weeks. They lost matches, title matches. They've lost 2 to the Psychedelics and Wilcox in Hollywood. And it's going to be a while before they see another title shot. So they're going to take out their frustrations this evening, they hope, against the Great Khali and Zeus. It's kind of a tall order.
Over 7 feet tall.
Their opponents, accompanied by Eric Bischoff, at a combined weight of 654 pounds, the team of the human wrecking machine Zeus and the Great Khali.
Plus, they've got the added benefit, if you can call it that, of having Eric Bischoff at ringside, always ready to lend a hand if his team gets in a jam with the Guns brothers, and he'll get involved at the drop of a hat if he feels he needs to, which is pretty often.
Well, all the actions have consequences, and if the Guns brothers feel that Eric Bischoff becomes too involved, they're going to involve him the hard way.
It would be kind of fun to see that, though. I mean, I wouldn't mind.
Alright, well, let's see, GB, if the wrestling gods grant your wish. Gonna be Mr. Ringside and the Human Wrecking Machine starting this one off as referee Willie Johnson sounds the bell, and off we go. Zeus opens up with a right and a beautiful bear hug slam, taking Mr. Ringside down to the canvas center ring. Eddie Gunn shoves him away with both boots. Zeus rolls away, swings and misses. Eddie Gunn nonchalantly tags in his brother, El Jefe Ray Guns, in on the tag. Here we go. Zeus tags him with a right, goes behind on him. There's an elbow from El Jefe, locks up Zeus, takes him down. And he's going to start going to work on the legs with that spinning toe hold. Texas Cloverleaf. Working on the legs of the Human Wrecking Machine. El Jefe catches a right from Zeus. El Jefe delivers a kick to the midsection. The Human Wrecking Machine draws a knee into the gut. El Jefe kicks him in the gut. Zeus counters with elbows to El Jefe Ray Guns. Another hard right. Another kick to the midsection from Ray Guns. A gouge of the eyes. And El Jefe going to take advantage of that mistake right there. Slams Zeus's head into the turnbuckle, tags in Mr. Ringside. Here comes a double team tag punch right to the Human Wrecking Machine. Mr. Ringside, Eddie Guns opens up with a series of shots on Zeus. Hard whip to the ropes. There's a duck under and a rising knee to the Human Wrecking Machine. Here's a cover, one, and just a one. Zeus powering out real easy. Oof, man, hard left. A haymaker right there. Zeus, rounded up by Mr. Ringside, escorted back to the Guns Brothers corner one more time. Here comes El Jefe, the team working real efficient. Here we go, Zeus, whip to the ropes, double back body drop. As El Jefe Ray Guns takes over, measures the distance, drives the knee into the head of Zeus. Man, he busted him open early, 2 minutes into the match. El Jefe charges, shoulder, takes Zeus down to the floor. He goes after the Great Khali too, tags him with a shot and a drop kick, and out to the floor go both members of the team. Eric Bischoff watching carefully as El Jefe gets a hold of the Human Wrecking Machine, gets countered into a back body drop by Zeus. Zeus rounds up Ray Guns, has him up in that bear hug spine buster again. The Great Khali still laid out. El Jefe counters with a right, a shot to the midsection to Zeus. Another couple of shots, a kick to the midsection, a chop, another chop, a hard right, and a chop block to the knee. As the Great Khali finally gets himself back up, Zeus is laid out. Well, now, they've at least got one member incapacitated. As El Jefe Ray Guns takes the very long scenic route around the ring as the referee continues to count Zeus. Zeus charges, so does El Jefe. A chop across the chest winds him up. There's a shot to the back of the head of Zeus. Zeus driven into the barricade. El Jefe Ray Guns gets Zeus back inside the ring, follows him on in himself. Here's a tag to the Great Khali. The Punjabi Nightmare swings and misses, but a shoulder tackle takes El Jefe down. The Great Khali whips Ray to the ropes, running kick right to the face. El Jefe takes it back outside, goes after Zeus again, catches a knee to the midsection. As the Great Khali joins him on the outside, El Jefe rolled back inside. The Great Khali steps over the top rope, moves back in. Oof, nasty drop kick, taking El Jefe down. Drives a knee into the head of Ray Guns. The Great Khali really starting to open up here as he begins to walk out. Turns it over to Zeus, with El Jefe momentarily incapacitated. The Human Wrecking Machine takes himself all the way up to the top turnbuckle here. And here he goes, diving headbutt. He nailed Ray Guns with that one, and here's a cover and a hook of the leg. 1, 2. The Great Khali was ready to intercede if Eddie Guns came in. Oh man, what a nasty slam. The human wrecking machine just letting gravity do the work there. There's a stomp to the midsection. And a powerful gut-wrench suplex from the human wrecking machine. And here comes the Great Khali. Amazing, this team has been... Whoa, man, what happened to Ray Guns there? Not sure. Zeus gets a hold of El Jefe, pitches him across, while the Great Khali brings in Mr. Ringside, the hard leg, gets a hold of him. Gets him by the hair, clubbing blow to the chest. Angie Angel Guns got to be a little bit worried right about now. The Great Khali counters El Jefe, pushes him down to the canvas, delivers a stomp to the back, and now beating his feet on the Mississippi mud. And here's a cover on the hook of the leg, one, but only just one. Mr. Ringside on the outside trying to get it back together as the Great Khali takes it up to the middle ropes in the corner. Double axe handle misses. A shot to the midsection. El Jefe shoved down to the canvas again. The Great Khali gets a hold of El Jefe. Slams him face first down into the canvas, following that cheap shot from the outside from Zeus. Oh man, the Great Khali twisting the head and neck of El Jefe, but El Jefe counters with a shot to the midsection. Ray Guns locks him up. Catches a knee to the midsection from the Great Khali. Hard Irish whip to the ropes. Here he comes. All the way up into a spine buster as the Great Khali steps out, and here comes the human wrecking machine Zeus. El Jefe in big time trouble here as the numbers game starting to get him. Zeus and Khali working together to slowly take apart El Jefe. He's got to tag out and get his brother in there. The human wrecking machine rounds up Ray Guns up into a bear hug, and after all those spine busters too, Mr. Ringside comes to the rescue. Zeus gets a hold of him, catches the kick to the midsection as Mr. Ringside takes a ride out to the floor courtesy of the human wrecking machine. Zeus takes himself all the way up to the top turnbuckle. El Jefe laid out on the outside. Big time cross body splash. El Jefe Ray Guns is motionless. Quick counter. Sweep of the leg. Must have been playing possum or something. El Jefe rolls Zeus back inside, goes after the Great Khali again. He is greedy. Huh. Look at this. Now into that spinning toe hold on the Great Khali. The human wrecking machine coming to the rescue here. Tags Ray Guns with a shot. Has him up in a front cradle. Walks him around a little bit here. Slams him down to the floor. And again, the Great Khali, not going to be much help laid out like that as El Jefe gets himself back inside the ring. The human wrecking machine starting to get a little bit annoyed here. Knee to the midsection to Ray Guns. Ray Guns counters with the right. Gets a hold of the human wrecking machine, takes him down again, and he is steadily working on that leg. At that spinning toe hold. Man. Very strategic. He's working for that figure four later on in the match. El Jefe rounds up Zeus. The Great Khali back at his tag corner. Zeus counters with an elbow to Ray Guns, goes behind, gives him the Bones Rush, tries to get him back in the ring, but no dice. Meanwhile, the referee continues to count inverted DDT to Ray Guns on the outside floor as the human wrecking machine delivers a couple of stomps to the face. These guys need to get it back in the ring. El Jefe finally rolled back inside by Zeus. Zeus still on the outside as Mr. Ringside Eddie Guns is brought in on the tag. Zeus misses with the running kick. El Jefe gets out of here. Mr. Ringside whip to the far right corner. Zeus charges. Running splash takes Eddie Guns down to the canvas. Mr. Ringside rounded up again by the human wrecking machine, but a series of counter elbows to the midsection of Zeus. Mr. Ringside gets a hold of the trunks, has him all the way up, but Zeus quickly counters. Oh man, what a face buster. Zeus rounds up Eddie Guns. Goozle. This is not going to be good for Mr. Ringside. One arm choke slam as Zeus covers center ring. 1, 2. I thought that might have been the end of it right there. Mr. Ringside powers out. Delivers a jawjacker to the human wrecking machine. Gets caught up. One arm slammed by Zeus. Man, that guy's built like a bull. Huh. Okay. Zeus slams Mr. Ringside's head into his team's corner's buckle, and here comes the Great Khali, and here comes another double team. Eddie Guns whip to the rope, double back body drop. As the Great Khali takes over, Eric Bischoff looking on as Khali goes for the cover. 1, 2, but another near fall as this match reaches the halfway point. Eddie Guns taken down by the Great Khali again. Slammed down to the canvas one more time. He hit his head hard. A kick to the leg from the Great Khali. Khali takes himself out of the equation, and here comes the human wrecking machine again as Mr. Ringside finally gets back to the standing position, rolls out of the way of Zeus's attack, but gets pitched across the ring anyway by the throat. Zeus charges again, collides with Mr. Ringside. Again, a throat toss halfway across the ring. He steps out. Here comes the Great Khali as Mr. Ringside rolls out to the floor. El Jefe counters the Great Khali. He's going to try it again. And again, Ray Guns counters and steps away from his tag corner. Oh, the Great Khali did not like that one bit. Locks up Ray Guns, has him up in a front cradle, slams him into the lip of the apron, and he just sank like melting jello. Mr. Ringside catches some elbows to the side of the head from the Great Khali. Khali's got him up, front cradle scoop slam. And both Guns brothers are in trouble. Zeus and Khali in control of things at the present time. Mr. Ringside rolled back inside the ring. Here comes the Great Khali. Running kick. Takes Eddie Guns down. Eddie Guns slams him down by the arm, face first to the canvas. Rounds up Khali, spins him around with a hard right, goes behind and into a sleeper hold. Yeah, this one could be a problem. The Great Khali counters with a jawjacker from behind. Look at this. Eric Bischoff getting into it with Mr. Ringside as the Great Khali delivers a headbutt to the back of the head and hurls him halfway across the ring. Again, the Great Khali covers. 1, 2, but only a 2. Eddie Guns powering out, much to the delight of his daughter, Angie Angel Guns, on the outside. The Great Khali with that karate chop. This could be it right here. 1. Well, no. Ray Guns breaking up the pin. Zeus and Khali absolutely dominant at the present time. One-arm claw slam. To Eddie Guns, quickly back up on his feet, misses with the rising knee, walks up the Great Khali, catches a knee to the midsection, counters the Great Khali. The Great Khali counters him. He counters the Great Khali again. Wow. Khali locks him up. Clubbing overhand right to Mr. Ringside, takes him down to one knee. Driving knee to the head of Eddie Guns as Zeus is brought in on the tag. Eric Bischoff got to be feeling pretty confident right about now. The Guns brothers in big time trouble here. The human wrecking machine tags him with an elbow to the leg. Makes his way to the top right turnbuckle all the way up to the top. Calling for it. There's the diving headbutt to Mr. Ringside again. And the tide has definitely turned towards Zeus and the Great Khali. Well, here's a bear hug. Mr. Ringside trying to avoid being squeezed out, but it is too late. El Jefe shows up, going back to work on the leg again with that spinning toe hold. Mr. Ringside taking a little break on the outside, letting the referee do his count. As El Jefe steps back, Mr. Ringside takes over, gets a hold of Zeus. Oof, nasty knee right to the head. Oh, Zeus definitely caught all that one. And here comes El Jefe Ray Guns again on the tag. The human wrecking machine catches a right from El Jefe and into the sleeper hold again. This time the Great Khali has to intercede. Zeus back up on his feet, misses with a running kick. Here's a chop. There's a knee to the midsection from Zeus. A couple of hard shots to El Jefe. He is just trying to strangle him. There's a headbutt that takes El Jefe down to the mat again. The human wrecking machine slowly making his way out, turns it back over to the Great Khali. This has been a long match with a lot of near falls, and we're still not anywhere near done. Claw slam to El Jefe from the Great Khali. Khali misses with the driving knee. El Jefe stepping out of the way just in time. And now it's the Great Khali's turn to catch some torture on those legs. El Jefe with a definite game plan going into this one, taking out the legs from under these two giants. El Jefe stalking the Great Khali center ring. Gets a hold of him, takes him down, and here it comes. This is what it's all been building up to. Here's a figure 4 leg lock from El Jefe Ray Guns on the Great Khali center ring. No ropes to get to. And if it hadn't been for Zeus, this one might have been all over. The Human Wrecking Machine takes himself out of things here. El Jefe locks up the Great Khali, escorts him to his team's corner, head first into the turnbuckle. The Punjabi Nightmare caught up as Eddie Guns delivers a shot to the midsection and takes over for his team. And he is setting up the flatliner. Boom! There it is, the Great Khali. Catching it all. Here's the cover and the hook of the leg. Not even a one. Zeus right there to break it up. Gets a hold of El Jefe, whips him to the outside. Eric Bischoff gets into it, and Zeus quickly takes him down into a pin, but it's no good. He is not the legal man in the ring, is he? The Great Khali. Well, Eric Bischoff got... Oh, man, he should have been disqualified for that. Rolled Eddie Guns back inside the ring. The referee counting the Great Khali. Zeus taken down by a shoulder from Eddie Guns. Mr. Ringside moves in on the Great Khali, changes his mind and just slips out of the ring. Wonder what he's got in mind. The Great Khali locks up Mr. Ringside, has him up over the shoulder, hangs him up off the top rope, and down he goes. The Punjabi Nightmare with that claw slam to Mr. Ringside again, and this could be the end right here. The Great Khali stalking Mr. Ringside. Oh man, that's it. The vice grip. He's just trying to block the flow of blood to the brain, and oh man, down goes Mr. Ringside. Here's a cover and a hook of the leg, but Ray Guns right there to break it up. And time is starting to rapidly run out here. The Great Khali with a series of shots to Mr. Ringside has him up. Oh, and there's that horrible backbreaker. He is just bending his back like a bow. Mr. Ringside desperately trying to tag his brother. He finally gets there. Here comes El Jefe. The Great Khali locks him up, whips him to the corner, goes after Eddie Guns again. Wow. Takes Eddie Guns, slams him into the turnbuckle. Ray Guns charges. There's a clothesline to the Great Khali. And down he goes. El Jefe drives the Great Khali's knee into the canvas. Goes after the Human Wrecking Machine. There's a shot and there's a drop kick, and out goes Zeus. The Great Khali being counted by the referee. El Jefe with a chop, a couple of shots, and a clothesline. Takes the Great Khali down to the floor as Eric Bischoff looks on. He better not get involved again. Driving knee into the head of the Great Khali. The Human Wrecking Machine laid out near his corner. The Great Khali rolled back inside the ring. And El Jefe takes himself up to the top. There's an elbow right off the top rope across the back of the Great Khali. Here's a cover and a hook of the leg. 1, 2, 3, and with no Zeus to come to the rescue, the Guns brothers pick up this win by pinfall over Zeus and the Great Khali.
The time, 17 minutes and 49 seconds. Your winners by pinfall, the Guns brothers.
Well, how about that? A long dog of a match, a buzzer beater for sure. But Eddie and Ray picking up the win over Zeus and Khali, and that is a rare thing. Got to ask yourself the question. They could not beat the Psychedelics. They could not beat Wilcox and Hollywood. So how in the hell did they beat Zeus and the Great Khali? Oh, that's for the scholars to figure out. Folks, that takes care of the first half of tonight's RWL Snarl. When we come back, very first match of the second hour. Mercedes Monet versus Liberty Bell Danielle Heathcote. Don't you dare miss it. We'll be right back.